Hi all, so today I'm going to take you on a small journey. I will walk you through the process of tiling floor. In this situation I will be tiling the utility room, but this will apply to any flooring. The step number one, you need to clean everything. Step number two, you prime the floor using acrylic primer. Step number three, you check for the level and the squareness of the walls. If necessary, you need to use a self-leveling compound to level the floor out. If you're self-leveling out, you need to apply the primer again. Next one, you mark the layout. Okay, so on marking a layout, there's two key moments. When you're marking a layout, you need to make sure you don't leave tiny strips on the sides, because everything less than 150 mil looks awkward and busy, especially if you're working with a big format tile, yeah? And key moment number two, you need to manage your waste. In case the layout requires you to cut a little bit less than half a tile off from one side, you need to think where you're going to put the other piece in. And there's two main ways how to mark a layout. You start from the middle of the room, or you start from the most visible wall. But most visible wall works mainly on a bigger areas. When you look on a one wall, you start with a nice big tile, and you don't really see the other end of the floor. There is a half a tile there. If you're in a toilet or in a small room, everything needs to look symmetrical. So ideally, you want to start from the middle. So the two ways how to start from the middle. Obviously, you're putting a tile in the middle of the room, yeah, and then you go out. In this specific occasion, that makes the most sense, because we're managing the leftovers, yeah. We have only 120 mil leftover on each side from a tile. The other way how to start is to make a line in the middle. So we have two full tiles, and we have 160 mil on each side, small cut. In this particular situation, we will start with a tile in the middle, but we can't start in a tile in the middle in this direction, because the leftover on both ends is 124 centimeters. The tile is 60, so which means we'll have a 4 centimeter strip on the end, which is just gonna look ugly. So in this case, we will start in this layout. We'll start a tile in the middle, but in this layout, we will start with a line in the middle. Okay, always check direction. If the tile is directional, there is going to be a small arrow, and it's on this end here, yeah. So, and point all the tiles pointing one direction. On this pattern, it's not that visible, but some patterns it is really, really crucial, and you might mess it up. So what I'm doing now is I'm pre-cutting the tiles, as much tiles as possible, because we are working with fast setting tile adhesive. And I want to be able to work without stopping, tile without stopping. So what I do, I call it like a dry lay. You basically lay the tiles dry without adhesive. Make as much cuts as possible. Deassemble the tiles, mix a good bucket of tile adhesive, and just lay the tile. Obviously, directional troweling, all the jazz, you know, put it down, give it a little wiggle, etc. Alright, so a little fun fact. Long time ago when I just started, the quality of the tiling was checked by a sliding a coin over the tiles. So that's how it should be done. Hi, so we're back the next day. Today, so we're back the next day. So now we need to remove the spacers, clean the grout lines. If any tile adhesives get squished out slightly, that needs to be scraped out. And then we need to vacuum out the floor. You need to make sure that everything is nice and clean and dry. A little tip on grouting. So if you're grouting any matte porous tile, any R11s, R10s, non-slip tiles, you need to wash off all the grout completely. You can't allow grout to start to dry out. So you need to be really careful. So don't grout more than you can wash off quickly. If it's a gloss tile, they're more forgivable. If you grout more, you can still, if the grout will start to dry out, you can still clean it off easily. But if it's going to be black matte tile or dark grey matte tile, you'll screw up the job. Okay, so let's crack on with the tile grouting, and then we'll leave it for about 15-20 minutes, and we'll wash it off, and that's it. Okay, so we've done the grouting, so the following step is to do the washing. You need to be really careful not to wash too much grout out from the line. Never use wet sponge, too wet sponge. The way I like to remove the grout is wash my, so I would go across the line, and then with a really little pressure, I would just smooth the grout line out. So I will show you an example now. So the way I do it, without any pressure, remove all excess grout and just smooth out the grout line like that. And that's it. That's all it needs. Okay, so that's us done. If you have any questions, please ask. I might have skipped over something, and obviously the situations will vary depending on the size of a tile, type of the tile, and stuff like that. Okay, thanks for watching.